The National Border Patrol Council is backing this border bill. In a statement to Fox, Brandon Judd, the president of the Border Patrol Union, says the Border Act will codify it into law, authorities that Border Patrol agents never had in the past. This will allow us to remove single adults expeditiously and without a lengthy judicial review. While not perfect, the Border Act of 2024 is a step in the right direction and is far better than the status quo.
We're going to show you a few clips from that interview in just a second. But first, a little bit of context. Republicans in the Senate have officially killed the bipartisan border bill that they have been asking for years before it is even allowed to get to a vote in the House. Now, this is before they can offer amendments to the bill, before they can debate the bill, and not everyone is thrilled. The head of the Border Patrol Union, who is a conservative Republican, a MAGA Republican, if you will, somebody who supports Donald Trump, is actually livid that Republicans are doing this. And he's got a lot of problems with this process. Here's him explaining how this bill makes his life and his Border Patrol agents' lives a lot easier.
Lot of strengths. And when you look right now what we're currently dealing with, this is a slow month, and we're dealing with 6,700 apprehensions on a daily basis. What this would do is it would cap it to where we couldn't take anything more than 5,000. Now, this does not say that we're going to release 5,000 people into the United States. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It says that we will hold single adults in custody. They will not be subject to release. And so that is a huge deterrent. That will deter an awful lot of people from crossing our borders illegally. We know that the main magnet that people cross our borders is because they're going to be released into the United States. Once you stop that magnet, you will stop an awful lot of people from coming. So although it's not perfect, it is a step in the right direction, and I would rather have the step in the right direction than nothing and consign me to what the status quo is.
So one of the big things that Republicans have been saying is that, oh, we're going to be releasing 5,000 people a day into the country. And that's what this bill does. It's a 5,000 person a day bill. Well, the head of the Border Patrol Union actually read the bill, unlike most of Congress, and he knows that's a lie. Keep going.
But you still are tasked with the illegals coming across the border. Do you know what in this bill deals with them?
Yeah, so again, when you look at what we currently have to do, this bill allows Border Patrol processing coordinators to do the paperwork. We don't have to do that. We're able to deploy our resources to the field under this bill. We're no longer administrative assistants under this bill. So again, there's a lot of good. When we talk about 8,500 people, all we have to do is go back to December, and I will push back on that because in December we were taking 12,000 people into custody on a daily basis. Our 7-day average through the month of December has been well above 5,000,
yes.
And that is a slow month. So this bill puts a cap on what can come across. A cap is much better than allowing anything to come across because those numbers could skyrocket well above 12,000.
Now, before we go any further, one of the big things that House Speaker Mike Johnson has been saying and other Republicans in Congress have been saying is that this bill somehow hamstrings President Trump, that if President Trump for some reason wins in 2024 in November, that he won't be able to do certain things and that this will bind him or tie his hands. And the Border Patrol Union president addresses that as well.
But what this does is it ties any future president's hands. So if we have another president like Joe Biden, this will ensure that he doesn't do what he's currently doing. That is better than the status quo. Again, I'm going to look at this. Is this bill better than the status quo? And it absolutely is. Nobody can argue that. Nobody can argue that it's not better than what we currently have. And so if it's better than what we currently have, why wouldn't I support it? Obviously, I'm going to do that because it gives us border security measures that we don't have, that we've never had. And we need those border security measures to counteract a president like Joe Biden.
So what does it do for a president like a Trump or a Republican to get into office? I mean,
it doesn't tie their hands at all.
Perhaps if that were the case, you would get these numbers to be even lower. So
Harris, it doesn't take away any executive authority. So if President Trump...
Well, if that's the case, why can't we just use that now? Why can't we use the laws that are on the books now?
But he won't, so why not tie his hands with law? That's what laws do.
Now, it's no wonder Republicans in the House and the Republicans who won't vote on this bill see this very differently. It's because they haven't read the bill. They don't know what's in the bill. They're just against it to be against it because Trump wants them to be against it. They're bragging about killing the bill also. Here's Laura Ingraham on her show tonight, what she had to say about her efforts in playing her role at Fox News in killing the bill.
Of course it was going to fail. We tried to warn them. Americans are not stupid, even if they think we are. We beat the powerful Chamber of Commerce. We beat the corporate media. We beat the pro-amnesty crowd. And, of course, the old establishment. Not bad. And if they try to resurrect this corpse, we're going to beat them again. Also, this episode demonstrated that the dinosaur media is losing power and influence. That's a very good thing.
And in case anyone needed any more proof that Republicans actually haven't read this bill before they even decided to kill it, here's Senator Tim Scott, what he had to say earlier today, basically saying that he voted against the bill because they need what's in the bill. I kid you not. Play the clip.
Finally, I just want to ask whether or not this new bill that's just about foreign policy, whether you're going to vote in favor of it. Foreign money for Israel, for what's happening in Ukraine. What do you think of that standalone foreign policy bill?
David, I voted no already a few minutes ago, and here's the reason why. Unfortunately, what this administration and Chuck Schumer, they are doing is using the crisis in Israel to support other priorities of the party. We should first secure our southern border. Second, provide resources to Israel. Third, take a look at Indo-Pacific. And fourth, make sure that we have accountability woven into any resources that we give to Ukraine. Without doing those four things in succession, it's going to be hard for Republicans to support it.
Yeah.
So there's Tim Scott saying he didn't vote for the bill to secure the border, fund Israel, and fund Ukraine because we first need to secure the border, fund Israel, and fund Ukraine. Clearly, he did not read the bill like the majority of Congress that isn't going to take a vote on this bill. Now, that's actually where Fox host Harris Faulkner and the Border Patrol chief agree, is that they should at least be reading the bill. Play the clip.
Harris, we're not going to get much better immediately, so I'm going to take those incremental steps. If this were going to tie Donald Trump's hands, I would be opposed to it immediately. It doesn't. It doesn't tie any good administration's hands.
So why do you think he's against it?
I have no idea. I haven't spoken with him about it. If he has specific issues, let him air those issues. I will give the positive points in this bill. There are negative points. But if we don't even let this bill come to light, if this bill doesn't even go to the floor, we don't even get amendments. And that's what everybody's talking about. Everybody's talking about killing it before you're able to even offer amendments. That's wrong. Let's have the discussion, look at the bad points, keep the good points, but look at the bad points and give amendments to it.
What I like about what you're saying is everybody needs to read it. And
They do.
They
really do.
It's 370 pages. It's worth it.
There isn't much more to know about the Republican Party than the fact that since 2016, they've been running on this border issue and secure the border. I mean, literally for years, 7 years at this point, they have been running on securing the border. This is what they asked for. Finally, they get it. Democrats come to the table. They negotiate this bipartisan deal that gets both sides what they want. And Republicans don't even read the bill and they kill it. This is exactly who the Republican Party is. They don't believe in governing. They believe in riling up their base and keeping these wedge issues like the border front and center without really having any intention of solving them. With Really American, I'm Justin Horwitz. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a ton going into this next election cycle. You're not going to want to miss it. Thanks so much.